Here we are at track number 2. It's a minor blues in the key of B minor. Okay, I'm going to show you the chords that we're going to be using. First one's going to be, no surprise, B minor. Okay, 7th fret on the low E string, and just remember with these chords you bar this first finger across. So 7th fret on the low E string, then the 3rd finger plays 9th fret on the A, and the pinky plays 9th fret on the D, and then the 1st finger basically bars the rest, all on 7th fret. Okay, 2nd chord we're going to play is going to be E minor. I'm sure you know these, but we'll just run through them quickly. 1st finger plays 7th fret on the A string, and then the 3rd plays 9th D, and the pinky plays 9th on the G, and your 2nd finger plays 8 on the B string there. And as always, when we're doing these bar things, this finger comes across and it bars that top string. So B minor, E minor, and the last chord is F sharp minor, and we're going to move this shape up 2 frets, a whole tone, and that's going to be the 3 chords that we're going to use. Okay, as far as the format of the song is concerned, or the format of the blues, it's going to be 4 bars on B minor, okay, then we're going to have 2 bars on E minor, then back and 2 bars on B minor, then we're going to have a bar on F sharp minor, a bar on E minor, and then 2 bars on B minor. And we're not going to go back to the 5 chord. Okay, we're just going to stick on that B minor for the last 2 bars. Now, as far as the rhythm is concerned, we're going to follow the snare drum. We're going to be playing on 2 and 4. It's going to basically sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. And that's what we're going to be doing. Now, we want to keep these chords as short as we can. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to be playing along with the snare drum. So when the drummer's playing and he's going boom, ga, ga, we want to make our chord as short as his snare. Okay, so that's the idea. And feel free to record these tracks and play this type of idea over the top of them, and then you can listen back and see if you're kind of really nailing that snare drum. So hopefully when I do it, that's what will be happening, because it's going to be embarrassing if I don't. But let's see what happens. I'm just going to play along with the track now and show you the rhythm example. Okay, hopefully what you saw me do there was play the 3 chords that we discussed, 2 and 4, along with the snare, nice short stabs. And it's worth mentioning, as I've said before, with this type of thing, when you want the chord to sound, just press your left hand down, and when you want to mute it, just lift it up so that you get this effect. So if, whatever you're doing, the chord only sounds when you put that left hand down. Okay, let's move on to some lead ideas. Now, what I'd like to do in this section for this track is talk about dynamics. Okay, now let's discuss the main scale for this track, which is going to be B minor pentatonic. No major stuff going on here because it's all minor chords. Here's the scale. Okay, we have 7 to 10 on the low E. We have 7 to 9 on the A, 7 to 9 on the D, 7 to 9 on the G, 7 to 10 on the B, and 7 to 10 on the high E. Okay, I'm going to be using more of a lead sound when I play, but just for the purpose of this little demonstration here, this little lesson, I'm just going to stick with the clean sound. What I'm going to attempt to do with this example is show you about dynamics in terms of getting louder and softer, and the reason for this is when you're in a blues situation, there isn't normally a set format for how long you'll play. Okay, if you're playing in a band or with a backing track or with a friend, unless you have an agreed amount of bars that you're each going to do, which often isn't the case, you'll be in a situation where you want to be able to signal to the rest of the band that you're either going to stop playing that time around or you're going to continue playing. Now, you can put your hand up, as some people do, or you can scream at the keyboard player, And believe me, sometimes all of this stuff doesn't work, and sometimes even the thing I'm going to show you doesn't work. It depends on who you're playing with. But this is one thing that if people have got a set of ears on them and they know what they're doing, they'll know exactly what you're getting at. Now, if we want to continue playing when the changes come round again, one of the ways that we can do it is by increasing volume and using upward motion. So if we're doing our solo, now that to me gives you an idea that there's something building and it wants to go, okay? It wants to carry on. However, the opposite of that, if we go around the changes one more time and we want to finish, we can have this idea using downward motion. To me, that says, good night, it's finished, there is no more. Okay, so I'm going to use more of a lead sound using the basic pentatonic, okay, and normal type blues licks. And what I'm going to attempt to do is the first time around the changes, I'll use upward motion with some dynamics, getting louder, digging in more, to hopefully show the listeners and the rest of the band that I'm going to go for another one. And then the second time round, once I've shown that and then carried on, that time around I'm going to use make the dynamics come down, so start sort of decreasing the volume and also downward motion to hopefully show that the solo is going to end. Okay, so what you hopefully heard me do there was build the intensity towards the end of the first time around the changes, moved up the neck, dug in more, upward motion, which hopefully showed I was definitely going to go for another one. And then when I went for that second one, around those changes at the end, started to decrease the volume, move downward motion, and hopefully at the end it was pretty obvious that I wasn't going to carry on playing.